feel like I'm off.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Lori with Co-Creating Impact and itstimesunshine.com with our good friend Elisa. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Awesome. What do we have going on this week for you?
Lots of stuff. I want to focus on ADHD today because this is something that has been a challenge for me practically my whole life, and definitely more so in my adult life. And so I don't want to get into the details about it right now. Maybe we could touch on that another time. But what I want to focus on is the challenges I've had to deal with ADHD as an adult in the last week. So I was just mentioning to you that I've had this routine where I kind of have a space where I set myself up and I have my little routine of having coffee, watching the birds sing, or eat. And then the next thing is, I just ease into my routine. For some reason, oh, and the other thing about that, I have this book. And this book is kind of like my life. It is a journal. It is a calendar. It's also just where I could write my notes in general. In fact, I have a whole page dedicated to ADHD. And so all of that has been with me for the past couple months. And for some reason, this past week, I don't know, I just have put it aside. And because of that, I am so off. I am not putting my appointments in my calendar now. I am forgetting things even worse than before. The short-term memory is definitely an issue for people who do have ADHD. That is a given fact. But this has become a challenge, and I need to regroup and get back to my routine.
What is that book? It looks like something that I need. Did you get it online?
Actually, this is
What's it called?
from a fellow TikToker, Dave Connery, who is an artist, graphic designer, and he put this book together, and it's supposed to be like a goal setting kind of book, and he has it divvied up to say gratitude and goals, and three different areas like what did you do great today, what could have gone better, what do you want to do to make it better tomorrow, and then there's the space. It's all blank, and it just basically says. I got so I don't have any. It basically will say something to the effect of you could sketch, you could put your notes down, you could do anything you want here. So I've been using it as a journal to actually write down my thoughts for the day or what's happening, even my food journal, because I've also started my health and wellness journey. So yeah, it's awesome.
And what's it called?
It's called Beacon.
Beacon,
And it's on
Beacon.
yeah, and he's on Amazon. So
Okay. And it has a calendar in it.
yeah, it's open though. It's like a weekly calendar. Let's see if I can find a blank
That's really
page.
cool.
Yeah, it's a blank page.
Okay,
And
it has the Monday,
so
Tuesday,
you have to
Thursday. Yeah, you put your own day in it and what to do. That's fantastic. And then once you stopped using that, you feel like you've gotten off track a little. So you're ready to go back to using it, and you understand that's the tool that has been working for you. Just
it
by
has
trying a
been.
mirror.
It is.
Yeah.
It's amazing that for years I've been told write down what you need to do, write a list, keep a calendar. Don't have many calendars because that could also throw you off. And I'm like, yeah. And I think as I've gotten older, my memory just has become a little worse. So I have just lived and breathed with this thing ever since I got it. And it's only for 90 days. So he's going to be putting out another one soon to carry over for the next 90 days. And so as I was reflecting about that, I mean, I forgot about our little appointment today. I forgot about the fact that, wait a minute, my schedule is not working this week, today. I have so many things to do, and I forgot about them all. And I look at my phone. I didn't update my phone. I didn't write it down on the whiteboard. And I certainly didn't write it down in my little Beacon journal here. So obviously, the ADHD has blown up on me to this past week. So I just need to breathe and start over again.
Breathe, 2, 3, 4. Have you found that being organized is a little more difficult when you were diagnosed with the ADHD, did you find that, is that one of the symptoms, is being disorganized?
Absolutely. That is probably the most uh, common symptom of ADHD is being disorganized, because what's going on in the brain is that we don't have the connectivity there that
Mhm.
a normal person's brain would have, so to speak. And so, with that, their thoughts are just all over the place. I mean, that's kind of why I started my blog. I mean, because I have so many thoughts and everything is just all out there. So, in order to hone in on that, medication does help. Um, as long as it's provided by a doctor that understands it. And but that's not the magic pill, so to speak. You still need to do the work and be able to manage your symptoms in order to function through the day. Disorganization is still a problem for me. I'm working extremely hard, sometimes a daily basis, sometimes an hourly basis, to just get myself focused and be able to organize everything. So, one of the things my doctors recommended was to set up a workspace, like a command center, so to speak.
Mm.
Uh, people have offices. I don't have an office, so I have tried to figure out where is my workspace, where's my command center, where I have my calendar, where I have my paperwork, all the things that need to be taken care of, where I could reach them at proximity, as opposed to, oh, wait, it's over in that desk over there. Oh, that's very scattered and not good for people like me. So I've recently discovered that my kitchen is going to be my command center, because that's where I spend most of my time. And I do have now more space that I can put my things there and go about my day, at least for the morning, and then carry on from there.
I love that. Yeah, disorganization. It seems like for me that I am going from one place to another. Like I feel like I'm disorganized in one aspect. And so I put all my time in, oh, this area looks horrible. It's messy. So then I just pick up the papers and put it over there.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll clean that space up later. And it just becomes this revolving thing. It makes me nuts.
it doesn't quite. I know I've done that a million times,
Yeah.
and it also goes with, I think, people that don't have ADHD about organizing. You touch the item once
That's what you're
and make,
supposed to do.
yeah, just, don't keep touching the things and say, okay, I'm going to put it in this pile to do later, and then I'm going to put it in this pile. It's just not going to work. And so for people that have a challenge like me, that just makes it a big, huge snowball of disaster.
Yeah.
Um, So I think the key is to just really hone in on writing things down and just kind of taking my time and not try to rush as much as I tend to do, because our lives are busy and
Or
we want.
multitask. I know that you don't like the word.
Okay, I told you about that, right?
Oh,
There's no
yes.
such
Go ahead.
thing.
Tell us all again. Yeah.
There's no such thing
I
as
agree with you.
multitasking.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's basically turning on and off the switches in your brain to say, okay, I'm going to focus on this for this millisecond, and then I'm going to focus on this for this millisecond. You cannot physically, biologically multitask. And that's actually been talked about through other doctors that I've heard on the radio and stuff. So, really, what we're doing is we're going back and forth, back and forth. And
And no,
hopefully,
yeah,
no, go ahead.
yeah, and no one task gets done or gets done correctly.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
You may not complete that task, or you might just do it not as good as you want it to be. So we have to kind of settle our minds and settle ourselves, breathe, look at what is in front of us, and just click one at a time, check it off one at a time. And it could be the most simplest thing. It could be, I need to put my workout in. Well, I'm going to write that down, and then I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I think those little things like that is what's going to settle the mind and make you feel like you're not overwhelmed, because that is the downside of it, is that you feel so overwhelmed. I was almost at tears today because I realized how much I had been off track. And so I don't want to feel that way. So I have to take control back. And that's part of what is sort of working for me. And I'm hoping I can just get back to that in a more full force.
That's beautiful. Now, do you find that since you've been working out, you say you're on the health journey, and now that you've been working out more and eating better for your body, do you feel like that's helping with the ADHD symptoms?
It has been. I think something happened though, just in the past couple of days that just set me off. I don't know, maybe because I did go off routine, not so much of my workouts and eating, but I had a free day yesterday. I didn't have to work. I spent the whole day as if I was on vacation, and it was glorious. I loved it. But I noticed that probably because it was off my routine, it actually made me not realize, wait a minute, I need to check my schedule. I need to go ahead and make sure I'm set for tomorrow, et cetera, et cetera. But definitely, one of the things that I've noticed with my diet aspect, I think I'm getting more vitamins in. I'm focusing on not eating the unhealthy things. I've cut back on coffee a lot. Coffee, and it's a stimulant, correct? And stimulants help people with ADHD. However, too much stimulation can actually cause a kind of a negative effect. So I don't know. I don't feel the need to have to drink coffee every day anymore, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, because you're putting nutrients in your body, you're absorbing good nutritious food, and you're working out, and so you're getting your circulation going a little bit more, and so you feel like you don't need as much coffee, as much of the fake kind of ingredients. You've got the natural ingredients, the sunshine, the walking, the nutrients you're feeding your body, you're absorbing it all.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And so that's really that's a win. That's definitely a win.
Mhm.
It makes me feel good. And I love coffee though. I've bought so much coffee in the past couple of months. I'm thinking, what am I going to do with all this coffee now? Because
It'll keep. You just put it in the freezer, right?
I heard you're not supposed to do that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there are some gurus that say you shouldn't do that, but I've done it before. But I no longer do coffee. I got off it about a year or so ago. I had to wean myself off of it. I have the Hashimoto's, and so I tried to keep myself
Um,
off of it because it just doesn't do right for my body at all. So
mm.
it's hard.
Yeah, I had thyroid cancer, and
Mm.
I have to take Synthroid every day.
Me too.
So yeah, so I'm wondering if coffee was kind of being detrimental to me as well.
Huh,
I mean, I'm still gonna have it once in a while, but it's something that I've just observed. I have not had half as much coffee as I had before. And so that to me hopefully means that it's helping me to continue on all my treks of wellness, as well as, work on my organizational focusing skills that I need to work on. Yeah.
Well, you're just getting in tune with your own body and listening to the symptoms. You're getting to the root of what is your ailments. It sounds
Yeah,
like to me.
that's true. I mean, there's certain parts of me that feel much better. And I think
Mhm.
that's a key. And I'm hoping with that, this brain will settle. That's the part. It is a little frustrating at times when I feel so challenged and not being able to get certain tasks accomplished. But the good thing is, as long as I have support in my family, they can understand it and not be as critical or confused as to why I don't get certain things accomplished. And then we just work from there.
It's a process. I mean, we're all growing and expanding. Like it's just a process. We're getting to know ourselves a little bit better every single day, and we're just constantly changing.
Mm.
I mean, and I'm so happy that your family is able to recognize and you're able to explain to them, and the doctors are able to explain to you, and we're able to have this knowledge to be able to take care of ourselves, self-care, self-love, mental health.
Yes, all of it. The whole gamut, everything. It's all together. It really
Yeah.
is. Everything is it's not it's mind, body. That you've talked about that, right? That's what you focus on, mind,
Mhm.
body, soul. The whole gamut is what is important to make sure that we are full, whole human beings that can function and be happy and just do something good for ourselves, but also for the people around us.
Yeah. And be open to learning and accepting others and non-judgment, which I think you are extremely beautiful in doing that. And your blog is amazing. And thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for coming on here and opening up
Appreciate it.
about your ADHD and sharing your story and helping so many other people. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I've got many more to share, so can't wait to do that. All
Yes,
right.
we will. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.